In 2026, the biggest tech companies on the planet are going to be spending almost $700 billion on AI and cloud infrastructure in a single year. And that's after spending $320 billion in 2025 alone. But at the same time, the CEO of Anthropic is on stage at Davos saying that engineers will be obsolete within 6 to 12 months. Sam Altman is still promising that AGI is right around the corner.
So AGI, how far then?
I mean, AGI feels pretty close at this point.
And all of that fear-mongering that you're seeing in the headlines is just leading to so much confusion on what's actually happening. Hi, I'm Suleiman. I've been working in tech since 2015 at just 18 years old. I was earning $18,000 a year. From there, I worked my way all the way up to earning multiple six figures in tech, and now I'm running my own businesses across cloud and AI consulting, SaaS, and my education company, where I've helped more than 900 IT professionals, engineers, and career switchers master cloud and AI. Now, in this video, I'm going to cut through all of the noise and explain what's actually changing, the 5 cloud skills that are exploding in demand right now, and if you stay until the end, I'll reveal how you can position yourself today to get on the right side of these changes. So let's start with what's actually happening, because once you understand this, everything else is just going to click. The $700 billion this year is split across Amazon, Google, Meta, Microsoft, and Oracle. Now, what every single one of these companies, and it's pretty much a theme that we are seeing across the market, they are all supply constrained, not demand constrained. It's exactly what Andy Jassy had just said, and what that means is that they cannot build fast enough to meet all of the demand from their customers. And I'll get to why that's so important in a moment. So roughly 80% of that $700 billion in spending is tied directly to AI and cloud infrastructure. I'm talking about things like brand new data centers, GPUs, obviously the ones from NVIDIA, networking, storage, compute. But here is a thing that most people don't even realize. AI, without cloud computing, is just a demo on someone else's laptop. Without cloud computing, AI simply wouldn't be able to scale, and the AI revolution that we're all seeing right now wouldn't be possible. And that's why in 2026 and beyond, cloud and AI aren't separable things anymore. They are completely inseparable. Yin and yang. Every AI product and service that you've ever used, chatbots, agents, every recommendation engine on Amazon, it's running on cloud infrastructure that somebody has designed, built through code, secured, and make sure that it stays online, serving millions of customers. And that's why we're seeing an unparalleled demand for cloud engineers with the right skills. And you can pour all of the money in the world into this, and if there's nobody to architect and design this infrastructure for the businesses, then you've wasted it. And yet, while all of this is happening, you've still got CEOs going on stage telling you that engineers are dead and they're all going to be replaced in the next 6 to 12 months. Now, the irony is that if you go onto Anthropic's own career page, you'll see software engineering roles, infrastructure roles, security roles, cloud roles. They are actively hiring for the positions that they're telling you are disappearing. And the truth is, most of the fear-mongering is actually corporate PR, pumping up their share prices, and it certainly helps with getting investors more excited. Meanwhile, the actual data shows that less than 5% of layoffs are directly tied to AI. And as I'm recording this video, over 1,000 cloud engineering jobs were just posted in the last 24 hours in the US alone. This isn't a shrinking industry. This is an industry that can't find people fast enough, with the market exploding to over $5.4 trillion in the next decade. And by the way, if you want my help to become a cloud engineer in 2026 and you're actually serious about landing a role, then you can just book a call with my academy. Check the link in the description below. So, what cloud skills are actually in demand right now? Because not all cloud skills are equal. The market has shifted, and I want to walk you through 5 skills that I keep seeing companies and hiring managers looking for when it comes to cloud engineers. And it's worth noting that yes, you've got what I call the core cloud engineer title and the role, but cloud engineering is so versatile and it opens up doors to other careers in tech, which most people haven't even realized. Infrastructure as code is one of the most in-demand cloud skills right now, and for good reason. When companies are deploying at scale, everything has to be repeatable, version controlled, and work across multiple environments. You see, in real production systems, nobody's clicking through the AWS console to build a real cloud infrastructure that's serving users. The reason for this is that because if you ever want to recreate that exact same infrastructure and spin it up again, it's not tracked and you don't know exactly how you built it, what steps you took. Instead, you write that code that describes what you want, and then it creates the entire environment for you. Now, don't get me wrong, if you're starting out and you're new to everything, then it's completely fine flicking through the AWS console to get familiar with things. But if if you're serious about cloud engineering, you want to go deep on Terraform specifically. Now, inside of my Cloud Engineering Academy, we do teach CloudFormation and also we teach AWS CDK. It is more tedious, but I get my students to learn that as well, so they appreciate Terraform more because it's way nicer to work with. And obviously, it makes them well-rounded too. Then we have CI/CD and GitOps. In the AI era, shipping features fast is the most important thing. In fact, it's always been about shipping fast, which means companies need automated, reliable deployment pipelines that can get code from development to production safely. If you can build and manage CI/CD pipelines end to end, you are incredibly valuable because you are enabling the entire engineering team to move faster. So here we want to focus on GitHub Actions especially, and you might as well learn Jenkins too. Learn to build pipelines from scratch, not just follow a tutorial. Understand how code moves from a developer's machine to running in front of millions of customers. That process is your bread and butter. Then we have cloud architecture and system design, because this is a big one. And I keep hammering this on my channel. Designing systems that scale, that are resilient, that handle failure gracefully. This is what separates someone who just knows services from someone who can actually solve real business problems. Now, it's not just about knowing what the services are, but actually understanding why you choose one over another. What trade-offs are you making? What constraints were you working under? And then being able to explain that decision-making process to anyone, right? To engineers, to managers, and to executives, and always trying to tie it back to business impact. That's the level of thinking that gets you paid. Platform engineering. This isn't something I've spoken about much, but it's actually something that I keep to my academy students because we jump on weekly calls together. Anyone that's got a software engineering background, I recommend them to combine the cloud skills and really push for platform engineering roles. Now, this is what I'm referring to earlier, that cloud engineering opens up so many domains for you. Now, this is more of an experience role, so you're not going to walk into this on day one, but actually understanding what platform engineering is, what platform teams do, and how they think gives you a massive advantage even in a junior cloud role, because you'll see how your work fits into the bigger picture. Then we have cloud security. Cloud security is by far the most underrated skill in 2026, and especially in the age of AI. With all of this infrastructure being built at record speed, the attack surface is massive and is being neglected at the cost of getting features and products out in front of customers. 61% of companies got breached last year. The average cost of a breach is almost $5 million. Cloud security is the #1 most in-demand skill among cybersecurity professionals, but it's also the area where they feel the least prepared. Now, the people already working in security are saying that they don't feel equipped for cloud security. And that tells you everything about the gap. Focus on IAM, encryption, network security, compliance, and threat detection, as well as DevSecOps. You can't secure what you don't understand though. So the foundations come first, i.e. cloud engineering. But once you have that, cloud security is where the real leverage is happening. Okay, we've covered the skills, and a question that I get a lot of the time inside of my academy, and even when I'm speaking to my clients, is around AI and what the use cases really are and what it means for engineering across the board. And I think this is super relevant because I'm also seeing this in my own team and my own engineers that we've hired for my software company, StudyTech AI. AI as a tool is misunderstood by so many people. I think that everyone believes that AI makes you a better engineer, but I see it as a force multiplier, and it multiplies in both directions. If you are an engineer with solid fundamentals, AI tools make you faster, but if you're a weak engineer with no real understanding of what you're doing, AI is just making you worse at a much faster rate. You're going to ship bad configurations, security vulnerabilities, and broken infrastructure into production at record speed because you don't have the foundation to know when the AI is wrong. AI tools will not make you a better engineer. They will make you more of what you already are. A bad engineer with AI is still a bad engineer, or arguably an even worse engineer because of all the time that you have to spend undoing the bad work and then debugging production problems. That's why the fundamentals matter more than ever right now, and I think that we are in a society where most people can't focus and they just want that fast dopamine, so it's hard to actually do the real work and build your actual understanding as an engineer. Now, this isn't something that you can just rush, and I think there's a big gap right now where people think that AI is bridging it, but to me, AI just makes you more of what you already are. So let me bring this all together because I think a lot of people watching this are wondering, where do I actually start? A lot of people ask me this. Now here's how I think about it. The foundation and the fundamentals you cannot skip now. It's more important than ever before. Things like the IT fundamentals, SDLC, networking, Linux, core cloud services, system design. I know it's not the shiny new thing, but this is where everything starts and it never goes out of style. From there, you want to layer on infrastructure as code, CI/CD, and start building real projects. not tutorial copy and paste jobs that you see on YouTube, but projects that solve actual problems for businesses, where you can explain the why behind every decision that you made. That's what gets you hired in 2026. That's what separates you from the hundreds of people who have the certifications and nothing more. And then once you are in a cloud role and you're building experience, this is the part that most people miss. You want to then start thinking about specialization, and cloud security is where I would go. Cloud security engineering is one of the most highest paid and most in-demand specializations in the entire market right now. The supply-demand imbalance is extreme, but it's an experienced role and you can't secure what you don't understand. So again, the foundation has to come first. Get your foot in the door, build the skills, get the experience working with real production systems, and prove that you can deliver. Then layer security on top as you progress. Now, here is the beautiful thing about cloud engineering. Once you have these skills, nobody can take them away from you. That's what makes cloud engineering so powerful. You are not chasing a trend that disappears in 2 years. You're building expertise that compounds every time and transfers across roles, companies, and industries. Get these right, and they become a launchpad into any direction that you want. AI, architecture, security, platform engineering, consulting, leadership roles. The doors just open. Use AI tools while you learn, absolutely. But make sure that you understand what the AI is generating. Don't copy and paste blindly. The people who understand the why will always be more valuable than the people who just know how to prompt. So there's a lot of noise out there right now, a lot of fear, a lot of people getting clicks telling you that your career is dead before it even starts. But the data tells a completely different story. Almost $700 billion is being poured into AI and cloud infrastructure this year, 2026. Thousands of jobs are being listed every single day. The next phase of cloud isn't replacing engineers. It's creating a massive demand for cloud engineering fundamentals, but at scale. And the people who build those skills now, who focus on the signal over the noise, who learn to design and automate rather than click and fix, they're the ones that are going to be riding this wave. And if you want my help to land a 6-figure cloud job, then just check the link in the description below. As always, I'm rooting for you. Good luck.